Hello again, people. It's me. Of course that doesn't mean much because you still don't know who I am, and I'm not gonna tell you, so if the only reason you're listening to this is to find out who I am, you might as well close the window now, just hit the little X and go do something else, because I'm not gonna tell you. Not today. But I decided that I would do another one, if only to answer some of the questions, respond to some of the comments regarding the first one. So, first of all, my accent. Yeah, there's been a bit of debate about this. Some people love it, some people hate it, some people don't get it. First off, I will say that it is an English accent. I'm English, okay? I'm not Australian, not from New Zealand, not American, English. But there are a few outside factors working on my accent, so I will forgive you for being a bit confused by it, or saying, as one lovely person did, that it's effed up. But I'll give you that, I will. Okay, first off, yes, it's an English accent, but I have a lot of family in Scotland. I've spent a lot of time in Scotland, so whether that's influenced it at all, I don't know, it might have done. Secondly, and I think this is a big one, I've spent the best part of my summer, this summer, living with Canadians and Australians. Strange combination, I know, but I have, and spending that much time with people who have an accent that is so different to your own, is bound to have an effect on it, and I think it has, and I mean, it'll probably wear off in a few weeks, but this, how I'm speaking now, is not that different to my regular accent. You know, this is how I speak on a day-to-day basis, so if you like it, awesome, thank you, but, you know, if you don't, then don't listen to my podcast. It's simple as that. Next, I feel like I should mention someone. I'm going to give a quick shout out to my least favourite member of the twIMDb board. And I can't even believe I'm going to say his name. It's Joker's Boner. Yeah, you are something special, my friend. So after saying that you want to enjoy yourself whilst listening to my voice, which is so weird, you tell me that my podcast got boring after 2 minutes. You are a real charmer. But I bet you're listening now, aren't you? Yeah, you're there. What else? LiveJournal blogger. This was someone that cropped up on the boards last night, said they were a regular. That's a regular, like a regular poster, not irregular, like weird. But they are quite weird, possibly insane, possibly a bit of a paedophile, I've heard. I wasn't really keeping track of that whole drama. I think that happened while I was asleep, but from what I've seen, it is a regular who has set up a LiveJournal account and is blogging behind this fake username, and basically saying really bitchy things about the board, like how she or he hates us and we all suck and all this, which is pretty weak, man. I mean, I know that I'm doing this under a different name and I'm not telling people who I am, but that's because I didn't know if it was going to work out or not because I wanted to hide behind a fake name so that I could bitch about people. I mean, that is pretty weak. I don't know if that makes me a hypocrite, but I don't mean to be. It's different, you know. I don't know how, it just is, I think. But whatever, you do your thing. All adds to the fun of the board. Speaking of the board, there were some really horrible people on today. This one guy came and posted a thread about how, a guy posted a thread about how he was pregnant, but of course we didn't know he was a guy at the time. He told us he was a girl who got raped and was now pregnant, and people were offering him all this advice for like an hour, and then he turns around and's like, oh, I'm not really pregnant, and then it turns out that he was a 42-year-old man called Robert, who was just messing around. I don't know if he is a 42-year-old man called Robert. He said he was, but after the whole pregnancy thing, I did not know what to believe. But that was really strange and kind of harsh. I mean, some people were really getting into serious debates on that thread about adoption and abortion and what constitutes as rape. It's pretty heavy stuff, guys. But yeah, and then to turn around and just say, oh, I only did it to see what everyone would say, that was pretty pathetic, 42-year-old Robert. So lastly, as I'm doing this podcast, the board has kind of exploded because somebody called Juicebox dobbed us in to the help desk for off-topic posts. Apparently we don't talk about Twilight enough, so he or she, I guess, is petitioning to get us deleted, to get the board deleted, to get the post deleted, I don't know. But from what I've heard, if this goes ahead, and to be honest, I don't think it will, because it's one person complaining, you know, and we are not the most off-topic board on IMDb. Seriously, there are many of the boards, like the Dark Knight board, that's way off-topic, the Harry Potter board, off-topic. But if this did happen, then I guess we'd be looking at an empty board and really long posting quotas. Someone, I think it was Julie, said that it had happened before to her, and she'd ended up with a posting quota of like 10 minutes, which would suck. So, you know, hopefully, fingers crossed, that doesn't happen. But in the spirit of appeasing Juicebox and the IMDb admin, I'm going to talk about Twilight for like 30 seconds. Some new set pictures were released. A recent bit of filming that they did. They filmed a new scene, which is a flashback scene, and I think it's like the treaty scene, so that should be pretty cool. And the pictures were cool. You get to see Peter looking very hot, as per usual. So I'm going to put a link in the sidebar. I'm not going to put a link directly to the pictures, I'm going to put a link to the thread where the pictures were posted, if that makes sense. So head over there and check them out, because they're awesome. So that's it for now, I think. Yeah, that's it. And I'm going to try and get some sleep now, because it is pushing 3 a.m. So, talk later. Night, guys.